The top teams from the East and the West faced off, and the Warriors walked off with bragging rights. It was a 19-point blowout as a result of team basketball. 39 assists on 44 baskets. Curry finished with 16 points, 12 assists. His 12 assists resulted in 28 points. When Curry has at least 10 assists in the game this season, the Warriors are virtually unbeatable, 19-1, as long as Curry has 10 assists. Wow, that's crazy. So, Stephen A., look, last night, did he help or hurt his case as league MVP?
I don't think he hurt his case. The Warriors handled the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks, one of the best teams in basketball, and the Warriors handled them after losing to them in Atlanta, the game that I was at. The fact of the matter is Steph Curry had 12 assists. When he's registering assists in double digits, you saw the record, you just pointed it out. They won the basketball game. They won it handily. He did it without the services of Klay Thompson. He only attempted 11 shots last night, so he wasn't really trying to shoot that much. He was getting other people involved, and that's what this is all about. Look, Draymond Green had 18. Harrison Barnes had 25 points. He was hot last night. He shot the ball more than Steph Curry. He shot the ball 13 times. You look at Barbosa, he had 13. Iguodala had 21 points. So you had other individuals getting off. They were distributing the basketball. They were moving and sharing the basketball. Essentially, they beat the Atlanta Hawks at their own game, and Steph Curry shows you that he can do more than just shoot. I don't think he hurt his chances at all, Skip.
Stephen A., I'm going to make the case that he helped his chances, at least in my eyes. I saw an interview that our Mark Stein did with Steph before the game, an on-camera interview, and Mark asked him an interesting question. Without Klay Thompson tonight, Steph, are you going to have to go into Russell Westbrook mode? And I'm paraphrasing his answer, but Steph basically said, no, but we're just going to play the way we play to win basketball games. And I love the non-answer he gave because he wouldn't even touch that Russell Westbrook mode. And I'm here to say, Stephen A., if Klay had played last night and Steph hadn't been able to play, I'm not sure they could have won the game. And that's no disrespect to Klay, but Steph drives this team. He makes it go both shooting the basketball and passing the basketball and setting, running their offense, putting everybody in the right spot to maximize that guy's talent, and that guy's talent. And it was a tribute to Steph last night. As you point out, Harrison Barnes made 11 out of 13 shots. And Iguodala, God, coming off the bench, he goes 9 for 12. And Draymond hit 5 out of 7 threes. And then the easily amused among us will glance at the box score as they check their MVP stats, and they'll say, oh, God, Steph had an off night. He shot the ball 11 times, made only 4 for 11. That's MVP caliber game against the Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, it was, because Steph didn't play 1 second of the fourth quarter. This was all done in 3 quarters, his 12 assists, that made them go. Now, again, to be fair, Atlanta didn't have Kyle Korver, didn't have Mike Scott, and those are 2 fairly key pieces for them, especially Kyle Korver. But still, I realize, Stephen A., this game really didn't count in the standings. Only the game you attended in Atlanta counted.
Wait a second. What do you mean?
Well, it didn't count. It was an exhibition game, but I'm going to count it in my MVP standings as a plus for Steph. The one that counted in the regular season standings was the Friday night loss at Atlanta because Stephen A. Smith was on the premises. He was there. Last night, Stephen A., I don't think you made it
he's in the airport.
out to the Bay Area.
He was in the airport
you were stuck.
for 7 hours.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, that game was in February. It was on February 6th. And, Skip, you know what? You keep talking about Steph Curry like he had such a bad game. He had 26 points and 9 assists that game. I mean, they lost because Atlanta pulled away later. And they got some big points from a few big plays from Mike Scott. But Klay Thompson had 29 that game. Steph Curry had 26, including 15 when he exploded in the third quarter. So it wasn't like he had an awful game. Atlanta just played a good game. They lost last night. But Steph Curry is a complete package as a point guard in this game. I mean, to me, he's changing the complexion of the NBA as we know it. When you think about point guards, it's one thing to look at the athleticism of a Russell Westbrook, a healthy Derrick Rose, guys like that. But you haven't seen anybody that can shoot the basketball off the dribble as well as spot up and pull up from the point guard spot the way Steph Curry can.
Yeah.
It's special to behold, and he can pass too.
Right.
It's just that he's such a marksman that we don't pay as much attention to the other stuff that he can do so well.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. You always talk about how just as a pure point guard, pure distributor, you would put CP3 at the top, right? Chris Paul? Maybe not as the athletic
well, you know what?
point guard.
Right. But I right now, to me, Steph Curry is ahead of Chris Paul.
Okay. Would you agree with me that Steph has a little better handle than Chris Paul does? I know it's close.
No,
it's close.
Listen, I'm just saying it's close, but I'm not going to be blasphemous to say anybody's got a handle better than Chris Paul. Chris Paul has a nasty handle.
What do you have to
he
say
really
about
does.
that? What do you have to say about
Steph
that?
Curry is a wizard with the basketball. He doesn't play for the Wizards, but he is a wizard.
And so is Chris Paul. It's just that Chris Paul isn't the shooter that Steph Curry is. And Chris Paul has to be a bit tougher. He's willing to create contact, to go to the hole, to put a body on you and what have you, because he doesn't have the shooting ability of a Steph Curry. But Chris Paul is a wizard with that basketball and with his ball handling skills. That is the absolute truth.
Agree to disagree.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
Oh, that's shocking. Because that never happens on this show.
No.
Let's leave it there. You know,
Take is brought to you by E-Trade. Are you type E? Booking.com, Planet Earth's #1 accommodation site. And Kingsford Charcoal. Winter's over, and it's time to get out and grill.
first take on the road. It's the countdown to Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. The fight is May 2nd in Las Vegas. We'll be there the week leading up to it. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be something special, much like March Madness. Meanwhile, public policy polling conducted a survey of Wisconsin residents earlier this month. Stephen, I think you'll appreciate this. The poll found that the only thing more popular than the bad man himself, cheese. Only cheese came out better with 80% favorable vote compared to 79% of the people.
Hold on.
Yeah, we still have more. 79% of the people who said that they had a favorable opinion of Aaron Rodgers. So it's cheese and then Aaron Rodgers. Bayless, your reaction?
I must admit, I was pleasantly surprised by the outcome of this poll, Stephen A., because number one, if only 80% said yes to cheese, that means 20% of Wisconsiners said no or were indifferent about cheese. Good for you, because it's not good for you to be eating cheese. I just got to put that out there. Now back to our man, the bad man that is Aaron Rodgers. 79% said yes to Aaron Rodgers. I point out to you, when this same poll was taken back in 2011 after Aaron Rodgers had won his one and only Super Bowl, 89% said yes to Aaron Rodgers. Even now, 15% of Wisconsiners not sure about Aaron Rodgers. 6% said they didn't like Aaron Rodgers.
What?
Bully for them.
What?
Because I must point out to the discerning Wisconsiners out there, I'm sure they know this, Aaron Rodgers is now 6-5 in the postseason. In his last 6 playoff games, Aaron Rodgers is 2-4, including that stinker, by his standards, up in Seattle in the NFC Championship game. I don't think that qualified as elite quarterback play, Stephen A. Smith. So, again, I think actually popularity is starting to sink for Aaron Rodgers.
In 2011, you say it was 89.
89%
and here
positive.
we are, 2015.
In 2015, all of a sudden it's down to 79.
Wow.
Wow.
This is disturbing.
21% not so sure about the bad man.
Aaron Rodgers, that bad man that he is a league MVP. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's who I consider to be the best quarterback talent-wise in all of football.
Used to be.
And before all is said and done, he will go down as one of the greatest ever. And the fact is that I'm appalled by this poll, because to me, he should be more popular than cheese. After all, Aaron Rodgers is not only very good for Green Bay residents and Packer fans everywhere, but he's practically the only thing that's good, because they'd be nothing without him. And when you consider the fact that cheese, that's right, I said nothing. Without him, nothing. Whereas when you think about cheese, Obviously, as somebody who's been relatively addicted to it, I can tell you it's not necessarily very good for you. So how can cheese, which isn't good for you, be more popular than somebody who's very good for you in Aaron Rodgers? I have a problem with that, and I think they should revisit that.
The most popular quarterback in Green Bay history was the great Brett Favre. And if Brett Favre had been 2-4 in his last 6 playoff games, would we give him a pass on this show? You'd be all over it.
Won't last long. Won't last long. When Aaron Rodgers gets another Super Bowl ring, Brett Favre's popularity will dissipate even more compared to Aaron Rodgers.
But it's been like 12 years since he won his one and only Super Bowl ring.
I'm sorry, you say 6% of the residents are indifferent towards him?
No, they don't like him.
They just don't like him.
They don't like him. 6%, that's a lot.
Wow.
Wow.
That's because they're listening to you. That's because they're one of the 5 people listening to you.
We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Enjoy March Madness, everyone. 6%.